Good evening. Welcome to Rotor Talk Live, Season 4, Episode 49, Mavic 3 Experience, Autel Evo Nano. Where are you? All right, we've got a lot to talk about tonight. First of all, I hope everybody had a happy, safe, and healthy Thanksgiving. We did here. And we, of course, calories don't count over Thanksgiving, okay? One of those things, when you get to a certain point in your life, they don't count. Or you don't count them, okay? That's the way Valerie and I kind of look at that. Valerie has been busy decorating the house for Christmas, as coming up on the week of December 11th or so, we're having some out-of-town visitors. My son-in-law, my daughter, and our granddaughter are going to be with us for a week. So we are very much looking forward to that. You in turn that week. Last 3 weeks, I'm going to be having a couple of pre-recorded broadcasts, and then also kind of like a greatest hits montage I'm going to put together. So stay tuned for all of that. That's coming up. Got a lot to talk about tonight. I had a lot going on this week. Wanted to share it with you. Took another flight with the Mavic 3 over the weekend, and I'm working on getting that video together. Did it in sport mode, and also did it in 5.1K. So, and had some interesting things happen during that flight. And you're definitely going to want to watch that video. Okay, I can guarantee you that. Let's welcome everybody in the house. Dr. Ted Bowman's in the house. Brett Snook is in the house. Quadcopters and Tech. Steve Mack. Tom Lipscomb. John Olson. Leonard Oglesby. Let's see who else we have here. And Jay Bird's here. He's in the house. Okay. All right. First things first. All right. That was, Drone Cyber Monday happened yesterday. And one of the things I wanted to do was go ahead and go over. Now, some of these deals are still going on right now. Of course, DJI is having their holiday deal. Once a week, you can enter a chance to win things. They're giving away a Mavic 3 Cine at the end. So that's something you probably want to pay attention to. Every time, of course, you purchase something from them, you get entered to win that. So I'm going to go ahead, excuse me, and share an article with you. This is from Drone DJ. And again, all the articles that I share with you guys, they're out on Build a Drone Reviewer Facebook group and Facebook page. So feel free to go ahead and jump in and take a look at them. Okay. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to share my screen here. All right, best Cyber Monday deals on DJI drones. Now, a lot of these sales are still active. So I went out there and checked some of these links here, okay? Mavic Air 2 Firmware combo with ND filters. You can buy the bundle on Amazon for $988. Let's go ahead and take a look at that link. Let's take a look, and it's still $988, okay? DJI Mavic Air 2 Firmware combo with ND filters and free accessories from Adorama for $988. Okay, and that's still good. So if you guys are interested in these drones, I would definitely jump on them. DJI Mavic Air 2 Firmware combo with free Pro Bundle kit, only $999 at Adorama, and that's already gone up. So just to let you guys know that. And let's go ahead. DJI FPV drone combo, $300 off, free case, accessories. That's in a number of places. It's dropped. It's $9.99 on Amazon. Let's see. That's actually gone back up. Okay, so that's actually gone back up on Amazon. And B&H Photos offering a similar bundle of FPV drone with SanDisk, 128 micro SD card, Lume Cube strobe, and a collision light, and a Nano 925 case for $1,009. Let's take a look at that. Okay, that's not letting me go there because saying that's a suspicious website. All right. One more here from B&H Photo, 1264. And again, I'm getting that message. My antivirus must be pretty strong. Air 2S with battery and strobe light kit. That's at B&H Photo. And again, these links are coming up suspicious. Mini 2 Flymore combo with free accessories, charging display case. Adorama had a $599 deal on this, and let's see, that's gone back up to $619. So you can see some of these are still on sale. Mavic Mini Flymore combo with free propeller holder. And again, it may be that I'm using a Microsoft Edge. It doesn't like that. I don't know. DJI Mini SE extra battery bundle with free gifts. Let's take a look at that. $399. That's gone back up. Okay. All right. So at least we got to take a look and see some of the deals that are going on for Cyber Monday. And if you guys see anything, post it out on Build a Drone Reviewer Facebook group or page, or message me on Build a Drone, message me on Facebook and let me know that, so I can get this information posted and get that out there to you guys. Because watch around, because there's, these deals will crop up, and two really good places to look for deals. And this is just a tip from yours truly. Look at Costco and look at Sam's Club, because I've seen them there occasionally. Obviously, I don't need these drones right now, but just if you're looking for these kind of deals, I would strongly encourage you. And normally, you're not going to find them online. You're going to find them in the store. So, when you go to, I'm sure, you'll be heading to Sam's or to Costco, for the holidays. Make sure you check out those deals, because they may have something. And sometimes they offer some pretty incredible deals, so you want to definitely check that out. That's another alternative place to go ahead and try to save some money there. Okay. Now the other thing I wanted to share tonight, one of the other things, the DJI Fly app and Google Pixel 6. Now there was an article on Drone XL from Hey Kesteloo about this, and let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and bring that up. Matt Bagwell's in the house. Welcome, Matt. Drone Views Media is in the house. Welcome, my friend. Nick Tech, welcome. Thanks for stopping by, guys. All right, let's go ahead and bring that article up here. This is very interesting here, because for the most part, you really rarely have, it's not very common to find incompatibility. But it appears here DJI Fly app doesn't work with Google Pixel 6 phones. Drone pilots complain. Fly app doesn't work with Google Pixel 6 phones. It's the only app I use that had problems with Android 12 and now specifically with the Pixel 6. Ridiculous for a company that claims to have unmatched commitment to R&D and a culture of constant innovation. Isn't it crazy DJI doesn't support Google's new flagship with the latest operating system? That seems strange to me. Consider what would happen if they didn't support an iPhone 13. That would result in a mutiny. Okay, in response, DJI support agent writes, I regret to inform you that the said mobile device is not recommended for the particular DJI application. We recommend using a recommended mobile device for the DJI Fly application to avoid compatibility and reliability issues. And according to the moderator's updates, uncertain if DJI will come up with a solution. The DJI Fly application may work with the Google Pixel 6 Pro at some point. However, since it has not yet been optimized with the said DJI application, we cannot guarantee whether or not it'll always work and whether all functions of the DJI Fly application can be used. And then from an impacted customer, what kind of response is use another phone? Unlike others, I only have one phone. I can't just buy another. It's too expensive for me. I really hope you take this seriously and come up with a solution. Google Pixel 6 is the company's most recent flagship phone. Tensor, a Google-designed CPU, powers the phone. It would outperform Qualcomm's most powerful smartphone chips. The issues with the Fly app may be related to Google's decision to use its own CPU, while users of other brands and models of Android devices, notably the Samsung Galaxy S21, have also experienced issues. Okay, as a long-time Android user right now, all right, I can speak to this a little bit. One of the things that I found in compatibility with Android devices, just to kind of let you guys know, is when I switched over to, I was, looking at one of my Note phones, and I forget which one, and it wasn't listed for that particular drone. It may have been the Air 2, all right? But I had no problem downloading the app. I had no problem, flying the drone. It came up. There was no compatibility issues whatsoever with that. Now, I know a lot of people will say, this is my phone. It should work with my phone. All right. Now, DJI, like I said, they do publish a list. Okay. It's on the downloads page. It's on the specs page of every drone they have, the compatibility for both what iOS phones are compatible and what Android phones are compatible, and tablets. Okay. Now, this is another thing a lot of people don't realize. All right. Oh, I'm going to have to go out and get another phone. Well, no, you don't have to go out and get another phone, but you can find tablets cheap as $80. Some of these Samsung tablets, basic bare bones tablet, you don't really need a whole lot on this tablet, guys. Okay. This is not a tablet you're going to be sitting on your couch looking at, checking out Facebook, checking out YouTube, watching videos, all that kind of stuff. You're going to use it for one purpose. You're going to use it to fly your drone, okay, in whatever drone that may be, whether it's your DJI drone, your Hubsan drone, Fimi drone, Autel, etc. All right. Like I said, a lot of these tablets can be had for like $80. I've seen them before. I've seen them go down to even less than that. All right. There's some off brands that you can get. I wouldn't recommend the off brands, but there's some Samsung tablets I've seen for like $80. Okay. Now, if you're invested in a drone, okay, you spend enough money, you can get a tablet for $80. It's not like you have to get a phone. It's not like you have to get a contract. You don't need to get a SIM card with these. Okay. I prefer to have 4G Wi-Fi when I'm out flying. That's just me. That's just who I am. If I want to do an update or anything like that, I have that means and that capability. Okay. That's me personally. Most people won't need that capability. Okay. Because any updating you do will be at home. You just need that to work with your app. And like I said, there are a lot of like $80 tablets out there that will do that function, and I know a lot of people, I paid for my Google Pixel 6 and I wanted to work with that. And, that's all well and good, but unfortunately, we're at the mercy of DJI with something like this. Okay. Because they end up, they're kind of calling the shots as far as that's concerned. All right. So, I got my Samsung Z Fold 3 and it opens into a tablet. Oh yeah. I have mine too, Jaybird. It's a great phone. Absolutely love it. I'm not using it to fly, but it is an absolutely great phone. Maddie's Drone World. Welcome, Maddie. There's a new version of the 1.5.1 Fly app that came out today. Apparently it's fixed the Android 12 issues. Maddie, thank you for posting that. You're a godsend, my friend. Thank you so much. And we need to get you back on because we had such a great response from your being on here with us. Okay. We'll definitely be scheduling you to come on the show a lot more during 2022. I'll tell you that. Because very positive reaction and I thoroughly enjoyed having you on. Okay. All right. Now we covered that. Okay. Okay. Now, one of the other things that I wanted to give you guys is a TriplTek update here. Okay. Well, let me tell you this. I made, I've been tossing and turning and making some decisions here. And one of the things for me is I went ahead and I returned the TriplTek tablet. Okay. And I'm getting the DJI RC Pro. All right. And the reason I'm doing that, it's not because of what you think. Okay. The ability to view that tablet is unparalleled when you're out in the field. Okay. For me personally, all right, I have some carpal tunnel in my right hand. All right. And even with the holder, and Dobo's holder worked perfectly. Okay. Ken's holder works perfectly. If you're looking for that specifically for a TriplTek, get it. It'll be the best $19 you've spent. It works absolutely perfectly. For me though, okay, even with a lanyard, holding on to that for any amount of time, okay, it is just way too heavy in my hand. And I get that carpal tunnel, and my hands start to, I start to have to flex, they start falling asleep and all that kind of good stuff. So I went ahead and I sent it back to TriplTek regrettably. And that's exactly what I told them. I said, the tablet functions and performs flawlessly. I have no problem with that. The only problem I have is the weight of the tablet. It just does not work. It just does not work. And that would be with any mount. Like if I had gotten a Mav mount with that, or, one of the Thor mounts, it didn't matter for me because the weight of that was so heavy on there for me. And, and even holding it with two hands, okay, it's still heavy because a lot of times, you're most of my gripping is going to be done with my right hand on that. So yeah. So that's one of those things for me. Now we have some drama. All right. Now I went ahead on the 28th and I paid for and ordered my DJI RC Pro. All right. From DJI. All right. I didn't do it from Best Buy. I did it from DJI. All right. Now, remember, my drone came lightning fast, the Mavic 3. There was no problem. Okay. And I know Ron, I'm pretty sure Ron got his through DJI and his RC Pro came fast as well, too. All right. Now, it's been, let's say, the 2 days here because it's the 30th here. And I want to share this with you. All right. Because frustrated with DJI right now. And my frustration is they're not really giving me a whole lot to go on. Okay. You can see here, I ordered the new RC Pro on 11/28. The order states I won't receive it for another 14 days. Best Buy shows available in 4 days. No updates since ordering on 11/28. What's going on? And I posted this out on Twitter. I haven't gotten any responses. And by the way, guys, this is a tip for you guys in working with their customer service. And this is something I would highly recommend. Now, a lot of times I'll go ahead and I'll send them a message. But what I can tell you in sending a message, a lot of them sit there. And the reason they sit there is that they're not public. This is public, okay? When somebody gets a hold of this and sees this, they're going to go ahead and I'll get an answer back. I would say pretty promptly here. And also notice too, I used the hashtag Mavic 3 and DJI because those are pretty popular hashtags. So this is going to come up and a lot of people are going to see it. And the thinking behind this is when you're trying to get a hold of DJI, you want to do things that are going to be very visible because the ones that have the high visibility, the squeaky wheel gets the grease kind of a thing here. And that's exactly what happens in this instance. I should get a response. I put this out a little earlier today out there. So I should get a response on this fairly soon. It's actually kind of interesting because, I thought they would be coming from the warehouse in Atlanta and they wouldn't have any problem with it. And, I'm just kind of getting static from them right now on this. And this is very interesting. Okay. My order still shows, it shows paid in full, no problem there. Everything was approved, no problems whatsoever. Just waiting on getting this. And, the other thing too, is the reason I went ahead. Now, one of the other things that I did do, and I wanted to let you guys know too, for me, I went ahead and I ordered a Mav mount from mavmount.com for the Mavic 3. All right. And the adapter that I ordered will fit my Galaxy S7 tablet. It's a big tablet. Okay. It's like 12 by 10 kind of a thing. Okay. It's pretty big, but the bracket on there, I looked at it, I measured it, and I measured the adapter I'm going to get with a Mav mount will work with that tablet. So that's kind of like a backup tablet, so to speak. So that will definitely work with that. Now, that's loaded down with a lot of stuff, and I use it pretty heavy, when I'm relaxing kind of a thing in bed at night and reading it and everything and watching YouTube videos. So, but yeah, I'm definitely going to do that. So I'm waiting for the smart controller. I sent TriplTek back today. They should get it today because their returns are down in North Miami. So it's not like it's that far from Tampa here. So it'll get there fairly soon. So I feel pretty good about that. All right. Now, one of the things that I wanted to go over with you guys. Now, G-Boy, welcome. Flying the Mavic 3 with the iPad Mini 5. Not the brightest, but works pretty well. Good to hear, my friend. Thank you for sharing that. And Michael Wright, welcome, my friend. Good to see you tonight. And I found out, Michael, you're a Trekkie like me, my friend. Wow. Okay. Live long and prosper. Okay. Anyway, I digress way too much there. All right. One of the things that is kind of surprised me, and I'm trying to look for okay. Now, Autel Evo Nano, where are you? Okay, remember there was a show on in the 50s and 60s, Car 54, where are you? Was and I think Fred Gwynn from the Munsters played in it. All right, and obviously it was a cop show. But where is it? All right, tomorrow's December 1st. All right, first thing I'm going to share with you guys is, and I know, this is one of the things that I kind of tell you guys as a bellwether on whether or not these drones are out there. Okay. This is the FCC Grant Id Database. And you can see here, it's going to list, let's see, there's a user's manual. It's actually clickable. And this is actually the user's manual for it. Okay. Test reports, setup photos. This is probably one you'll recognize very easily here. And there's the label. All right. And it shows the label location with a picture. Okay. So when it hits the FCC Grant Id Database, it's been approved by the FCC. It can be sold in the United States without any problem. All right. No problems there. All right. With, different websites. Okay. And I just picked Adorama because that was pretty much the first thing. It's still listed as the pre-order here. Okay. Guys, I really don't know what to say. I know I watched Drone Nation last night. By the way, that was a great episode, Ron and Marcus. You always have stellar people on. Sean was great, and Captain Ray is great as well. And I know Marcus pre-ordered his from AliExpress, I believe, which is supposedly the official store for Autel. December 1st, and we still don't have an inkling of this drone yet. Lots of talk. Now, let me back up a little bit here with this, okay? Quadcopters and tech, okay. They're both great, guys. They're both great, my friend. Quadcopters and tech, just to let you know. All right. Let's look at this here. All right. Whenever you get, whenever it's coming out, a DJI drone is coming out, all right, leaks happen all the time, all right, and more often than not, you get leaks and pictures of drones sitting in pallets, sitting in warehouses, which we did before the Mavic 3. That came out like clockwork, all right. With Autel, it's kind of different. I really haven't seen a lot of that. You would think there would be, because you would think that these would be sitting in warehouses ready to go. And all you're seeing out there right now is pre-sale. And it's November the 30th. It's still a pre-sale. It's not like you can pay for it and have it, be shipped to you kind of thing. That's not even happening right now. All right. It's still not there. And, who knows when they're going to start shipping? I mean, really, I don't know. I would think by now, it's on the FCC Grant Id Database. Okay. Every website out there that sells drones has them listed out there. Okay. Adorama, B&H, you name it, AliExpress. I did not look on Amazon, but I looked on several others, and they're out there available for pre-sale. Okay. It still says pre-sale on it. I'm at a loss for words here. All right. It's just kind of blowing my mind, guys. It just absolutely kind of blows my mind. Okay, Matt Bagwell said his order on DroneWorks doesn't show anything yet either. Okay, Matt, thanks for sharing that. That's just that's puzzling. It's really puzzling because or maybe it isn't puzzling. Okay. Um, maybe they don't, maybe it's the supply and demand thing that's happening here. Maybe demand is outstripping supply, and that could probably well be the case. And those that pre-ordered theirs first will be getting theirs first, like Marcus. So, hopefully tomorrow something happens, because I've heard in the pipeline something about December 1st for this. So hopefully tomorrow, they come up and it's live and it's not pre-sale anymore, but you can buy it. Yeah, drone views, it could be. I don't know. I know they've had a cash flow problem before. I do know that. Um, I don't know what to say, guys. I really don't. I'm really kind of at a loss. I would think that by now, all the signs are there that it should be out there. And we're not even getting leaks of pictures sitting at Best Buy, because this drone would be available at Best Buy as well, by the way. Okay. Um, and I think the Evo Lite has actually been out. Autel Evo 2 Lite. I know I got pinged today. I think somebody that follows the channel, a subscriber, got his today. You may be in the chat, and I forget who it was, and my apologies. But seriously, this is like stumping me. Nano has major issue, flight times. Could be Hell 9000. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, this is a real head scratcher, right? Because people have gone out there and pre-ordered this, and they're sitting there waiting for a drone to show up. So, and one of the things, and I'm going to say this, all right now, more often than not, when DJI releases a drone, it's going to be, out of the box going to work. Now, I know when we got the Mavic 3 experience to talk about here, and I got a lot to talk about with that coming up here in a minute. But one of the things I wanted to let you guys know was, with drones like, if it's not a DJI drone, it's like Autel, I would probably trust them. I had an Autel X-Star Premium. I know the Evo series has worked very well for them. I would hope that they're not having issues. But drones like, and I hate to say it's from Hubsan and from Fimi, those are one. You're going to have to, I would highly recommend letting somebody get it, do a review video, and purchase it based upon a review video or not. I've tossed around whether or not to get a Fimi X8 SE 2022. I might. I don't know. Okay. But one of the drones that has surprised me, and I think Marcus has it, is the Hubsan Xeno Mini SE. Okay. The basic model of the SE, the no frills model. There's no obstacle avoidance on it. And I've seen he's done a couple of videos on it, I believe. I know at least one. And he's told me, from everything I've heard from him, it sounds like this should have been the drone that Hubsan came out with first, not the Pro, okay? Because the Pro has just been beleaguered by problems, as I know our good friend Greg Pittman has told us. And poor Greg, you've gone through so much with that, okay? You really, really have. You really, really have. And I've been watching your chat down there, Michael and Greg, just to let you guys know, I updated my personal articles policy this week with State Farm. And I'm waiting to get my adjusted bill, because I now technically only own one drone, and that's the Mavic 3, and I'm going to put the smart controller on there when I get that as well too, considering that's a piece of pretty expensive tech. But the personal articles policy is fantastic. I highly recommend it. I know it's available in all states except California. You have to contact an agent to find out what premiums you'll get for that. But, I like it so much better than DJI Care Refresh, and I know you get replacements and everything, but some of the deductibles that they charge are more than what I pay for premium for my insurance with them. So that's one of the reasons I highly, highly recommend them. And call a local State Farm agent in your area. If they don't have it, call another one, because I know Some of them don't carry it. Some of them do. They all should, except in the state of California. So you probably want to check that out. So, yeah. So we leave, the Autel Evo Nano, the big question mark right now, because we really don't know about this, guys. This is just one of those things that, I'm hoping it's production issues more than an issue with the drone. I'm taking a wait and see attitude for this drone. I'd like to see some reviews on it before I would be interested in something like this. So stay tuned on that. Okay. DJI Mavic 3 experience. Drum roll, please. All right. I have to say, for me personally, it has been a great experience with the Mavic 3. All right. I figured out my battery issue, and I told you guys about that. I was using the cord you use to charge the controller with, and not the cord that's permanently attached to the adapter that goes to the battery. Okay. And every time since then, it's taken an hour and a half, a little over an hour and a half to charge the batteries up. So absolutely working like a champ. Here's Mr. Ron Braun. Sir, how are you this evening?
Doing well, Bill. How was your Thanksgiving holiday weekend?
It was great. It was relaxing. I got some flying in. Just perfect. Just absolutely perfect. Okay. Just now, Valerie's home this week, so it's like comes in and asks me questions during the day while I'm working. But hey, that's kind of life. So I'm dealing with that.
Well, even if you were at the physical office, there'd be somebody there coming and interrupting you. So no difference there.
Yeah. I don't know if you caught this or not, but I returned my TriplTek tablet.
Oh,
and I ordered a DJI RC Pro.
Really?
Yes. Now it's very interesting. I ordered it on the 28th. All right.
Yes.
They told me 14 days estimated delivery.
Now, who did you order from, Bill?
From DJI.
Okay.
Now I went out to Best Buy's website, had 4 days estimated delivery.
Oh.
So I went out on Twitter and I posted it, and I used hashtag Mavic 3, hashtag DJI, and I asked them about it, and I showed them a screenshot of what I saw out there on Best Buy. So hopefully it'll garner some attention, because it shows order paid, and that's the only status that I see out there for the drone.
Well,
or for the RC
controller.
Pro.
Now, I also ordered from DJI, I think because they were the only one that had availability the day I ordered, and it took about a week. I think it was I think it was exactly a week.
Okay.
And I think a couple days nothing happened. Then because it came all the way from China.
Oh, yours came. Oh, it came from China.
Yeah, but not in a boat. I mean, it came on. It was traveling by air. So
FedEx,
once it started moving, it got here in a week, and I had to. You don't have to sign for stuff now, but the driver has to take a picture of you with it.
I noticed that now. Yeah. That's really kind of different. That's very interesting. Well, the reason I turned in the TriplTek had nothing to do with it, really, the tablet itself. It was more the weight of the tablet. And, I have carpal tunnel in my right hand. And I mean, Ken's mount was fantastic. It had nothing to do with any mounts or anything that I was using. It's just, it was too heavy, Ron. I can't use that. It just really was not going to work for me.
Yeah. Well, that's very important. That wasn't my I mean, I didn't even try the TriplTek, so I don't know. But one of my deciding factors was not having that whole rig where you got the controller, the mount, the tablet on top. And then with that kind of ungainly weight, then you add the lanyard. I mean, not only is it a little ungainly the whole during, and the Mavic 3s are long flights. They're not little short flights. Not even, kind of hard to hold, but it's the setup time, the setup and the teardown before and after. And when using a lot of extra mount stuff, then your case, the case you're going to carry and has to be bigger and bulkier too to carry all that extra equipment. So, I mean, I have, I've flown, maybe 3 or 4 times with a smart controller now. Totally happy with it. Yes, I wouldn't mind the screen being a little bit bigger, But otherwise, it's the processor and it's fast stuff now. It does all the tasks. I don't see it slowing down. I keep forgetting the screen record with it, but I will the next time out.
Well, one of the things that I did do was, in the interim, I had ordered a Mav mount from mavmount.com.
Yes.
And the tablet holder there will fit my Samsung Galaxy S7. Now that's as big. It's 12 by 10, and it'll fit that on there. So that's a backup that I have for not only my DJI drones, but I can use my old Mav mount for the original Mavic Pro. I can use that on, say, like a Fimi or a Hubsan drone. That'll work without any problem. I won't have any problems with that.
Good, and good. And, so I'm anxious to see what you think of. But I mean, you've had the original smart controller, so you know what you're getting. So you just get a kind of a faster 03 version of the other one.
One of the things I'm real curious about is the recording capabilities. Not so much the screen recording, because I know that worked well. It was the audio, and I hope the audio has been improved over the original version. I would have to think it would be.
I need to test that. I haven't got to test that either, so I will. I try. Well, hopefully, maybe tomorrow I can test some of that out.
Yeah. Now, this past weekend, I did have the Mavic 3 up, and I did a sport mode test. And one of the things I was really looking for, Ron, is I know the original Mavic Air and the Air 2 had some issues with that gimbal flopping in sport mode. Okay.
Yeah.
And I did not experience that. It was up to like 46, 47, almost 48 miles an hour. And then gimbal was rock steady. I had no problems with that whatsoever.
Now, I have seen the gimbal get blown down, in sport mode flying into the wind. I have seen it. Not as, not as seriously as on the Mavic 2 Pro had the issue, along with other drones. Not as bad as the Mavic 2 Pro, and I won't even compare it to the other ones, but I still saw it in the right conditions.
Yeah, I didn't, fortunately it wasn't a windy day when I had it up, but that was one of the takeaways that I got from that. And I've solved my battery charging issue. I was using the wrong cable. Once I started using the right cable, hour and a half now, like clockwork, and it's charged.
And the smart controller, once you plug that in, unfortunately, the best way to charge is use the same attached cord that you do for the drone itself. Yeah. About 2 hours from real low. I don't want to say from empty, but from say 10% or something like that. About almost 2 hours.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm counting on when I get it, and also I know there's going to be that firmware update I'm going to need to do. So I'm going to get that done.
That took me a good half hour to do that firmware update, out of the box before I could fly. And it's, I forgot, I keep forgetting you don't have yet. The one warning is it comes with a tiny USB-C, the USB-A in the box, like a real short one. This is the smart controller. And it looks like, I just plugged that right into that USB-A slot, the one that didn't charge your drone fast, whatever. But if you do the same thing, if you plug the smart controller into that extra slot with the cable it comes with, it will not charge it all the way. It'll take forever, and you'll never, well, I won't say never, but you could let it go for hours and hours. You will not get a full charge.
Yeah,
you put that other plug in, the USB-C that's attached to the charger, and then it'll do the trick in 2 hours. Just be worried that if you're trying to do both at the same time. I think I eventually use something like my laptop or maybe Mac iPad Pro charger, which is USB-C too, and they're fast too. They'll do it like in the same 2 hours the one the DJI comes with. And in the box that I mean, I'll give you the downsides, Bill. When you got the of course the original smart, well, I got it with the kit with the Mavic 2 Pro, but it came with not only the everything you need, the cable, whatever, extra sticks. It also came with a nice little power brick to charge it quickly. Where this one with the box comes with nothing except for that little USB-C, the USB-A cable, no charging brick, no extra sticks. So I mean, they drastically raised the price and put a lot less in the box. So it was kind of a lose-lose. We always talk about win-wins. This was a lose-lose.
Oh man, I was kind of thinking about that. When I got with the original smart controller, because I mean, it came with that little charging adapter, the
Yeah.
cable with that came with extra sticks with that. It kind of made you feel like, they were paying attention. And with this, it's kind of like bare bones that, they're kind of cutting corners for this. It really kind of surprises me.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, especially at the premium price, you think, I won't say they doubled the price of smart control, but they went for what the original smart controller was, what, 750, something like that.
750, yeah.
So when it came out, I think it eventually went 699, or price change went up and down. But anyhow, so we're going from 650 to $1,300. Yeah, that is almost double price. You wouldn't think they'd have to cut back on any extras when you're doubling the price of something. And you don't even physically change the case that much. I mean, the grips, it has bigger grips on the back. And the antennas are different on it. In fact, you know how the first one had that antenna, that whole
flipped.
thing flipped up. Well, this has two antennas on top, but it looks just like the antennas on most toy drone controllers.
Okay. Well, one of the things that I did not get to do was I wanted to take some still pictures this weekend. I didn't do that, but I did shoot in 5.1K.
Okay.
And I looked at the video. I was pretty impressed with the clarity and quality of the video. It looked really good, Ron.
I posted I did a 5.1 test. And I posted that video up, and you could definitely see there's more detail there. And again, I didn't do anything. I mean, I think I changed the white balance. I Dr. Autoed everything else. There's nothing I did in settings. I didn't edit it all, whatever. It just, it's more, I think it's more detail there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So for me, so far so good. I mean, with the Mavic 3, there's some things I want to get to. I want to get to taking some pictures. I haven't done that yet. And there's several other tests that I want to go ahead and run.
Spoiler alert there, Bill. The JPEGs look pretty good right off the memory card.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm anxious. And one of the other things that I'm waiting to do, and of course it's all a matter of timing. I'd like to get a sunrise and a sunset. Okay. Obviously, I get up early enough every day that I can probably get that sunrise. And, I got to time it for the sunset because, the sun seems to set at different times now. I mean, significantly different during, when winter hits. So you got to be really on top of that.
Yeah. You don't stay up too late to get sunset now. Like here, you better be ready about 4:00 or you're missing. That's how quick it's getting dark around here.
Yeah, I mean it's like 4:30, 4:45. It's really starting to. You can tell the sun's getting ready to get set, and you need to be ready and get out there with that. But before you do that, one of the other things about the Mavic 3 that I'm still hearing a lot about, and I don't know if you're hearing it, but I get so many people say that are still talking about the price of it.
Yeah.
And so many people are saying, you know what, I'm just going to keep my Air 2S. I'm just going to keep my Mavic 2 Pro. I'm getting good video. I'm getting good. And that's fine.
Yeah.
That's all fine and well. But as I've said before, and I've tried to explain before, and this from being in retail and being in business, Ron, there's a research and development cost that's assumed by the manufacturer whenever they're going to build a new product. Okay. They spend a lot of money in that, in research and development, and trying to improve the product, plus the raw materials and the costs and the parts and batteries and everything and outsourcing things. So, it's all factored in when they figure out a price. And that's what I tell, you do get what you pay for here.
I imagine the camera sensor, the Micro Four Thirds camera sensor, cost them considerably more than the one-inch sensor. But to your point, Bill, I mean, this is a year of inflation. I mean, and no surprise, when the COVID first hit, people predicted there would be inflation later on, and there is inflation later on. But back to drones here. But this year, we've been kind of a sticker shocked on everything. When the FPV drone came out from DJI, kind of everybody was a little shocked at that high price at first. I mean, we heard Koopy got on and he explained that breaking down all the parts, the price was justified, but people were taken aback by that high price. And even we were taken aback by the high price of the Hubsan drones this summer. Everybody was. I mean, people didn't expect them, the Mini Pro to be that high. And on and on. Okay, when the Autel mini drones got announced, people were shocked by the high price of those too, but they're not out yet. But I mean, nobody thought the Nano Mini should be like $700-800, depending on which one you're getting or whatever. So I mean, it's been a year. No drone this year that's come out has come out at a price people expected. They've all come out higher. So the Mavic 3 is just following the trend that's been established all year, really.
Yeah. And, and I talked about this, and I wanted to get your take on this as well, too. I know you guys talked a little bit about this last night on Drone Nation, was the Evo Nano, and it's November the 30th. Now, I want to head out to the Fcc Grant Id Database. I pulled some of the information. The owner's manual is out there. The label is out there. They showed a picture of the label on the drone next, with the drone itself and everything. This is all well and good. Now, one of the things that I said was, especially with DJI, more often than not, we get pictures of it sitting in boxes or, crates at Best Buy or some storeroom in the back. You open up a box and you see DJI Mavic 3 in there. So we get a lot of those leaks. We haven't seen any of those with the Evo 2 Nano. And, and I just went out to a couple of websites today, and it's still showing pre-sale. It's not showing for sale yet. Okay. Now, yeah. I did hear, and this is something that I remember, they had a date of December the 1st. Now, I don't know if a button's going to hit and boom, they're going to be available tomorrow, or, because a couple of people mentioned and they thought, there could be a production problem with the units. So who knows?
Yeah. I mean, another little leak here that it was reported yesterday, and then Ross Langdon, I don't know if Ross is in here, he confirmed it, that briefly in the Google Play Store, the Autel they have a new app for this rather than the app they use for the Evo 2. I can't forget the name of the app, but it was there briefly, and Ross even downloaded and tried it or whatever, and it would even work on the Autel 2 at this point or whatever, but the app's even kind of ready. So things are close. And I believe I got the name right. The gentleman's name, Maxwell Lee, who's one of the CEOs or presidents of Autel. He was quoted a couple weeks ago. It would come out in December. He didn't say December 1st. He said the Autel, I guess the Nanos and the lights, they would be out in December.
Okay.
So that's you got that from somebody up,
Yeah,
probably, I think the highest man at the Autel company said that.
Yeah,
so, but Bill, I've talked about the story. I hate when somebody says something's coming out in a certain month, because that generally means that we all hope it's the first of the month, and I think they always mean it as the last day of the month.
Yeah, well, they kind of put themselves and I'm just and I don't know if they're having supply chain issues, raw materials issues or whatever here. I do know that, they're not as big as DJI. So production is going to be different for them. Mm-hmm. And, the other thing is, the longer it takes to get out, obviously people want to get these, a lot of people will want to get these as a Christmas gift for somebody. Okay.
Right.
And that's not going to work, especially, if it goes well beyond. And what I can say is this right now with shipping on some things, because I just bought a bunch of stuff. All right. I bought some ham radio stuff. I brought some radio controlled stuff. Amazon is still on time. Okay. They're still doing well and fulfilling orders on time. I've had no issues with that. Some of the bigger name other retailers, same thing. Okay. And a couple of big name RC retailers, same thing. Now, some of the smaller companies, okay, like a smaller company I dealt with for ham radio, I'd ordered some stuff on Black Friday, and finally now I'm getting logistics information, and most of it won't get here until Monday or Tuesday next week. So, what I can say is this: if you're looking to get something for somebody for Christmas, whether it's a drone or whatever, do it now. Okay. Even on Amazon, because, it's going to get crazier this year. It's for some reason we have that nightmare right now that's going on with supplies and logistics, and just order what you're going to do and do it now is my advice.
Yeah. Especially if it's some, a limited production item. But back to what you were saying about not seeing any leaks of the Evo. Well, I'm going to say the Nanos. Then I kind of mean the lights too, but I'm just going to say the Nanos, that you don't see them in boxes. I get the feeling, Bill, that, Nanos, either they do come out in December, they'll only be able to be ordered online. They won't be on a shelf anyplace, right? I mean, this will be
I think you're right, Ron.
an online. In fact, I don't get it in the Best Buy much anymore. Whatever. I guess you get used to ordering stuff or whatever. If you walk into Best Buy, is there an Autel Evo Pro sitting on the shelf there on display?
I
Or
haven't been to look at their drone stuff
yeah, so
in
we don't
Best Buy
even
for
know.
a while. Now,
Yeah.
before they did have, they did have an Autel Evo section in there when last time I looked at drones at Best Buy. So yes, that was when we got our TVs earlier this year. I did take a walk past there and see that.
Oh, I mean, they always had the the Evo 1 in there, but the Evo 2 has come out since the COVID, and if I've been in a Best Buy, I just haven't got back there to look. So I don't think you're going to see any, at least any retail stores in the U.S., maybe in China someplace, Asia.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I was also advising too is with something like this, with the price and everything. I would take a seat back and wait to see people like Marcus and others who are going to be first early reviewers of this and get their impressions and see what they think of the Nano before I would go ahead and sink money into this, because basically, okay, you're looking at, and I'm just going to give like a Mini 2 as example. All right, and for what you're paying for that, for what you're paying for the Nano, I'll say the Nano Plus, because if you want to get one of those, that's the one to get. All right. There's a significant difference in cost right there. You do pick up some more features, but is it worth it? And that's why I want to see some reviews on it, because there are many drones out there right now that can do that job. Is it going to be more stable in the wind? Is it going to have a good runtime? How's the video going to be from it? Is the optical avoidance going to work like it should? There's a lot of questions on something like this.
I have the same thing, Bill, and that's nothing against Autel, but I really don't care about on the shelf or anything, because if and when I do order, it won't be until especially even the big reviewers, hopefully they'll get some early review copies, and they should be in their hands right now if it's going to come out in December, and see what the big guys say about it first or whatever. Before.
Autel's been really funny about that, Ron, because I know Marcus had shared, Autel's contacted him, but yet they've done nothing. Marcus has been very pro Autel and everything. Marcus really is he's such a great guy, and he's a great ambassador for drones. And you would think that Autel would be very interested in someone like that representing them, but he's heard crickets. And I know Kelly Shores has had similar experience with them as well too, and some of the other channels. And that's something that's real confusing to me, is that they don't seem to follow in DJI's footsteps in sending out some product to reviewers. You would think people like Kelly would get some, maybe Aldrin, Captain Drone Steve, people like that would be, who are good, big proponents of and supporters of Autel, would get some of these drones, but they normally don't. They have to buy them on their own, which is really, I would like to see some reviews from some of these guys,
Yeah, I mean, even Hubsan sent like Aldrin a Mini Pro or whatever. So if Hubsan is sending drones out, why isn't Autel sending to them? I mean, maybe they're not a bigger company, they can't send as many out, but I mean, why launch a new drone? Why launch a new drone that you consider to be a real player and not send it to Aldrin?
Yeah, I mean, and by the way, congratulations, Aldrin. You just hit 300,000 subscribers. That's just kind of mind blowing. But congratulations to you, Aldrin. If you're watching, that is a great accomplishment. You work hard, and you're rewarded for it. And we thank you for all that you do for the drone community.
Did you see Barry Markowitz's comment? His most recent comment. He said, Autel flips employees so fast, they don't get to make the long-standing relationships with these people like
He's
DJI.
probably right with that. I would agree, because any contacts I have at Autel are long gone. They just they it's a revolving door there.
Hey, Michael Wright says he saw an Autel Evo at Best Buy 2 weeks ago, so I guess they do have the Well, Michael, is that the Autel Evo 1 or is that the Autel Evo 2 you saw at Best Buy?
Yeah, that would be interesting to find out. I think I saw an Evo 2 when I was there, Ron. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure.
So it is so eventually when inventory allows, the Nano should be stocked in those shelves also then. When inventory gets to that point where, they don't have to ship everyone out on an order, on a line order. Yeah,
Yeah, and
and you heard Marcus shifted his order from um, the official Autel store at AliExpress to ordering from the Autel Pilots group or whatever. And even though this is the official Autel Evo store at AliExpress or whatever, like it seems like you can't order from directly from Autel. You have to order from all these places like I've never heard of before. So that may not be a bad thing, Bill, but just not as comfortably if I got to order from people I've never heard of,
yeah. Oh, yeah, I agree, Ron.
or just
Um,
the AliExpress ordering or whatever.
yeah,
Not AliExpress. I'm sure many people out there got great things for them, whatever. But yeah, you just kind of like a more reliable retailer to get your stuff from, especially stuff that's expensive.
yeah. And I have to say, as far as AliExpress is concerned, I've dealt with them before, and they've been pretty good at their logistics. They've been pretty good at getting things to me. I've had no issues. I think I got one of my Fimi X8 SE 2020. I think I got it through them, and it came rather fast. I was pretty in about a week, which would really surprise me. So I was real appreciative of that. So kudos to them. I think they do a decent job. Um, we'll see. It's like,
Yeah.
and then we have 2022 coming around the corner, and people are saying they're talking about a Mini 3, Ron,
Yep.
and I would not be surprised. Frank, he does not want to look in the rearview mirror. He wants to look ahead,
Right.
and you can bet there's going to be one coming.
And that's why I say maybe I'll hold off on the Autel for a while because maybe wait and see what's going on with a Mini 3. But I mean, Bill, you're closing out 2021, maybe a little too soon, Bill. Don't we possibly have more drones? I mean, I know we only have a month now. We're at the 30th of November, but I mean, we could possibly have, I guess 4 different Autel models come. I mean, I know 2 variations of the Nano and the Lite, but we also could see the Hubsan Ace come. It's an Ace and an Ace Pro. They could be coming, and the Fimi X8 2022. So we could possibly have 5 more drones arrive,
We could that could
before
be
the end of the year. Now, I mean, whether they actually ship and get to a paying customer, US or whatever. But I mean, we could end the year in a flurry, or we could end the year in a dud if none of these make it.
That's true. That's very true. That's a real good point. And if they want, if they want to try to aim for Christmas, it's like they better do that within the next week. Okay. It really kind of like by December 7th, 8th, have something available for sale and be able to ship it because, they're going to have to use, it's going to have to go DHL or FedEx or something along, or UPS, something along those lines. Especially if you're talking, companies like Banggood or AliExpress.
Yeah, it better not be the slow boat from China.
Yeah. That will definitely not make it here for Christmas. So yeah, you bring up a really good point, Ron. We could see these drones in December. There's 31 days left, but I would say probably give or take 8, 9, 10 days. If they want to try to get something out, that you would have to order it. So I think if we hear anything, I'm thinking it's probably going to be sometime next week.
So probably only the Autels have a shot at getting here. The new Hubsans and Fimis probably won't make it.
Yeah, I don't see the new Hubsan or Fimi this year. I mean, they may announce them, but I don't think we'll see them till January, February 2022.
Yeah, I think you could pre-order the Fimi probably many places or whatever.
I did see that.
And the Hubsan Aces, they're up on the website, and of course Hubsan doesn't sell anything themselves anymore. I haven't checked if any of the like the AliExpress's Banggood are selling it. Supposedly they're sending Marcus a Hubsan Ace, not the Pro, but the regular one. And you saw the promo that Hubsan has put out since the last show. Now they have that. Now they're actually official. They have a promo video for their Micro Four Thirds camera. They call it the night flyer, the night something or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's not on their website yet, but they have a promo video for it. So I guess I mean, Hubsan, they put drones. Nobody puts drones out faster. Well, I mean, announces them. Actually, getting them out's a different story, but they can sure announce them fast.
Well, it's like, yeah, they not only announcing them, they are getting them out, but it's like what they get out. It's like I kind of agree with what Marcus said, and may have said it last week or a couple of weeks ago, where he said, he thinks like the Hubsan Mini SE should have come out first before the Pro, because he said he's had a good experience with the Mini SE from Hubsan versus the Pro. He said really he doesn't. He's like, I don't want to fly the Pro, and I don't blame him.
Yeah,
I don't blame him. And a lot of people have had just nothing but terrible issues. Ask our good friend Greg Pittman. He'll probably bend your ear for a couple hours on the issues he's had. I mean, it's not worth it. It really isn't.
Marcus says, sorry, missed the show. He's on hold with the GoPro customer service. He's had a misbehaving Hero 10. He's trying to maybe get it sent back or something.
That's not good. That is definitely not good. Well, good luck on that, Marcus. Hopefully you can get that resolved with them. I know what it's like being on hold with customer service. My goodness. Wow. Okay. Any closing thoughts for tonight, Ron?
It's almost December now. It's holidays are getting close. For me, so far everything's good with the Mavic 3. I know people have reporting issues here and there. I've seen a gimbal flop. I've seen a crooked horizon, but all these aren't on every flight. I can't replicate them. I've seen them, but they're not. They're not what I would call a constant anything that messes my flying up. So for me, it's all good with the Mavic 3. Whether it's justified the price, you have to determine that yourself or whatever. I can't speak to anybody's money or what they're worth. I mean, put this way, Bill. If you're really into saving money in a tight budget, if you're the Mini 2, just keep the Mini 2. The Mini 2 is a great drone if you're casual flyer. Air 2S is a great drone. If it's doing a job for you, don't upgrade. Just keep it or whatever. I don't understand. It's like if you go into a car dealership and they got the most expensive car over in the corner, or whatever. I mean, you don't have to buy the most expensive car there. You go into the Chevy and Ford dealership, they have plenty of affordable cars too. Get the car that meets your needs the best, whatever. You don't have to get the Corvette or the 500-liter Mustang or whatever.
Right. It has an automatic, have air. Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
Yeah. Again, just because I say the Mavic 3 is good, doesn't mean I'm knocking the Air 2S or the Mini or the Evo 2 Pro. They're all still great drones too. They're all great drones, and all of them can do the job for most people.
If you're with a drone, using a drone right now, and you're getting great footage out of it, and it's meeting your needs, whether you're just a hobbyist or you're even a professional or aspiring to be a professional and trying to do some good videos and things, it's meeting your needs right now. There's no need to think about a new drone. But conversely, if you're looking to get certain capabilities from a drone, then by all means, definitely explore something like that. I know, I know Ken Dono, he had a problem with his Cine. I think he was having a Horizon problem with it, and he sent it back. So we'll see on that. I know some people have had some issues. I haven't had any issues at all, Ron.
And there's always no company's perfect. Every company has a dud or whatever, and if the company replaces, takes care of it, that's what they they should do. So and folks, just because Bill and I are talking about the Mavic 3 doesn't mean we think everybody should buy the Mavic 3. We just talk about whatever the latest, greatest drone is. When the Mini 3 comes out, we'll stop talking about the Mavic 3 and talk about the Mini 3 or the Autel drones. We're just talking about the Mavic 3 now because it's the current drone. Not that we're not saying everybody should go out and get it.
We've spent a lot of time talking about the Xeno 2. I had the Xeno 2 for a while. and I had the Fimi. We spent some time on the Fimi. So we don't just cover DJI here on the channel, and same with over on Drone Nation for Ron and Marcus. They just don't cover DJI. They cover everything. Okay, and our hat, my hat is constantly off to Marcus because he not only flies DJI. He flies a lot of the off-brand drones. Okay, and not only Hubsan. He'll have some Holy Stones and some brands you probably never even heard of before, that he takes up and he flies them. And kudos to Marcus for doing that because, there's a market and there are some people, that could be the only drone they might be able to afford. And Marcus is going to give you a solid review on something like that. So, my hat is always off to Marcus for doing that. And I think that's a great thing that he does. For me, I want to echo what Ron said, enjoy the drone that you have right now. If there's no need for you to upgrade, don't upgrade. But if you want to, take a careful look, evaluate your needs, see what you're going to do. If you're an aspiring professional, or if you're a hobbyist, it's different, and judge accordingly. Okay. We do these because, drone channels are part of what we do. And we provide this as a service to you guys. We try to be unbiased about our opinions about things. Yeah, I like DJI. Do I like Hubsan? You bash them a lot. Yeah, I do. I like Hubsan. I want an Autel and Fimi. I want to see everybody succeed. I don't want to see people, close up shot. I don't want to see Autel close up. I don't want to see Fimi go down. I don't want to see Hubsan goes down. I want to see them be successful because, a good company or good drones breed other good drones, and that's good that's a win for everybody as far as I'm concerned.
Real quick, but I see he already left the chat because he probably started his own show. Don't forget, Matty's Drone World's going probably already live now with his Tuesday night drone show.
Yes, make sure
that's
you guys
cut off from Florida. Matty's Drone World. Go over and check his show out if you haven't been over there yet.
Definitely go ahead and check his show out. All right, guys, we're going to be here next week. But the week after, I'm going to have either a tape broadcast or a greatest hits kind of broadcast because that's going to be the week that my granddaughter's going to be down here. And then Christmas week, we're going to have either a tape broadcast or another greatest hits to put together for you guys. Thanks to our great guest, Ron. Thanks to our great co-host, Mr. Ron Braun. Hope Marcus gets his issue resolved. Thank you all for showing up tonight. And remember, it's a great day to fly. Take care, everybody.
Good night, everyone.